Hey, what is going on, guys? In this video today, we're going to be talking about legacy aim assist, and more specifically, how a lot of top controller players are starting to shift towards calling it overpowered. If you guys recall, a few weeks ago, I made a video about a rumored nerf to aim assist for controller players. In that video, I showcased a bunch of tweets from different pro controller players not only saying that aim assist was nerfed, but more specifically that new aim assist was nerfed. And based on the comments that you guys left on that video, it seems like a lot of people agreed with that theory. And as you'll see in this video, that nerf has kinda indirectly led to legacy aim assist coming under fire, even more so than it has in the past. So without further ado, let's get right into this. Alright, so let me start this video off by reading a few tweets that basically showcase what I alluded to in the intro of this video. Top level controller players either complaining about legacy being OP, or implying that it's clearly better than linear. First, we have SuJFN tweeting, hopping on a bandwagon, remove legacy aim assist, it's broken, borderline aimbot, and takes little skill. Here's MerkinAV saying, the legacy version of aim assist is stupid and overpowered, but the advanced version, which uses completely different aim mechanics, is balanced 100%. You also have Atlantis Lecce saying, bro, people use legacy because they don't have aim otherwise. It's obvious that all the good controller players stick to legacy only because they have way more aim assist. That's just facts and nobody can say it's not true. And finally, here's CRR saying, if you want to be a good controller player, use legacy, this is on God. So as I'm sure you guys are well aware at this point, aim assist being talked about in a negative way or complained about is certainly nothing new. It's pretty much been happening ever since keyboard and controller players have competed against each other, which probably started around season 4 or 5. But the major difference this time around is that 1, it isn't aim assist in general that's being complained about here, it's specifically legacy aim assist. And 2, which is probably the even more important distinction, is that these are controller players saying that this specific type of aim assist is overpowered. That's something I've pretty much never seen before, and it's really interesting how it all kinda popped up around the same time, roughly 2 to 3 weeks ago. Now, like I mentioned earlier, a big part of that is definitely the supposed nerf to linear aim assist, which occurred at pretty much the same time. I believe all of those tweets you saw came from linear players, so you can kinda understand their frustration if they believe their aim assist was nerfed, while legacy on the other hand stayed the same. But another thing that's contributed to the anger against legacy aim assist specifically are some clips which have kinda blown up over the past few weeks. The first one I'll just play in the background right now, and it's a clip that I found because somebody else posted it on Reddit, so sadly I don't really know who the player in the clip actually is. But as you're gonna see, this guy just does some absolutely ridiculous things from on top of this building with only a blue pistol. And the way he does that is by spamming L2 before every single shot he takes, which is pretty much the signature of legacy aim assist. And even I'll admit that this clip is one of the most insane ones that I've ever seen. I mean, this guy ends up missing like 4 total shots in about 50 seconds of just constant shooting. And in the Reddit thread of this clip, the responses were pretty much what you'd expect. Let's just say it had a fairly negative tone. Some sample comments include, you could also do this on mouse and keyboard if you just did Kovacs 33 hours a day. Just show this clip to anybody who tells you that legacy and L2 spam isn't overpowered. Spamming one button on controller gives controller players better aim than mouse players who have practiced for 5+ years. And probably the funniest one, are we sure Jarvis was actually using an aimbot, or is it possible that he was just L2 spamming the entire time? But again, those comments aren't really anything new or unexpected, especially in response to that clip, which I think we can all admit was pretty absurd. Another more recent clip that's kinda blown up for similar reasons involves one of the most popular Legacy controller players in the game right now, Unknown Army. What you're about to see here is another player named BallaTW doing a VOD review on Unknown Army's performance in a cash cup, and well, you'll see what happens from there.
L2 gang, L2 gang.
The endgame mechanics of Benji Fishy? Not endgame mechanics.
Oh my!
So another pretty crazy Legacy aim assist clip right there. Unknown Army freaked out when it happened live, and Balla literally left the room when he saw it while watching the VOD. I definitely don't think it was as bad as the first clip you saw, but that right there is what a lot of people truly believe Legacy aim assist is like, especially in the hands of a great player like Unknown is. So now, it's time to tackle the main question here. Is Legacy aim assist really overpowered and bad for the game, or are people just blowing it out of proportion because of a few popular clips? As a Legacy player myself, I would say the answer to that question is both yes and no. That may sound like a little bit of a cop-out, but you gotta hear me out on this. In terms of medium to long range L2 spamming, I actually think it's as strong as it's been in a pretty long time, and the Fortnite developers really have nobody to blame for that but themselves. For the last few months leading up to Chapter 2, L2 spam was nowhere near what it used to be during its prime. Fortnite had made various changes in previous seasons that had made it fairly balanced, to the point where I even recommended only doing it at very long range. But then, at the beginning of Chapter 2, they decided to randomly make Bloom noticeably worse on fully auto weapons. And that's super important because if you're a linear, exponential, or mouse and keyboard player, when you're firing a fully auto AR, you line up your crosshair and then just hold down the shoot button, so a lot of your accuracy is going to depend on the bloom that you get. But if you L2 spam while on Legacy, you're much less affected by bloom since you're aiming out and aiming back in, which results in bloom resetting before every shot. So back during the 2 to 3 weeks before the bloom increase when both Linear and Legacy were in the game, most people agreed that they were pretty close if not equal when it came to medium/long range AR fights. But now, I think that Legacy absolutely blows Linear and Exponential out of the water. However, at the same time, what a lot of these people complaining about Legacy are forgetting is that being able to L2 spam in medium to long range fights is only one aspect of playing Fortnite. Is it super helpful, and is it going to end up winning you a lot of fights? Yeah, of course it is. But at the same time, almost everybody agrees that the non-Legacy settings, mainly linear, is better for building, it's better for editing, and it's also better for point-blank range fights, especially with shotguns. And at least in my opinion, the reason why that doesn't get enough attention is because it's a lot harder to recognize when watching somebody else play. If you see Unknown Army triple headshot somebody while spamming L2, it gets immediately Twitch clipped, probably tweeted out and posted on Reddit, and bam, thousands of people end up seeing that. But on the flip side, when a linear or even mouse and keyboard player smoothly lines up 2 pump headshots in a row, or executes a really nice sequence of edits, yeah, it's a really awesome play that people will definitely be impressed with, but nobody's gonna go, oh my god, linear is so crazy. So I can totally understand being initially shocked by some of these Legacy aim assist clips, but you also need to remember the really crazy ones are incredibly rare, and also that Legacy has plenty of disadvantages that get much less attention. And let me just say this right now, if you think Legacy is getting hated on now, just wait a few days or weeks until the new heavy ARs are added into the game, because that weapon is basically a Legacy player's dream. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you watched the entire thing, be sure to let me know with a comment down the comment section below. I want to know your personal thoughts on whether or not you think Legacy aim assist is actually overpowered right now. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.